Good morning. My name is Rob Thacker. I'm the music director here. Speaking a little too loudly into the microphone, but please rise and body your spirit and join me in singing the gathering hymn, Be Ours a Religion, 1058 in the Teal Hymnal. Please join me in the words of the chalice lighting. We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together we care for the church and each other.
Greetings. Welcome to St. John's Unitarian Universalist Church. We welcome everyone here in this sanctuary and out there in the ether. We welcome everyone following a spiritual journey without regard to age, heritage, whom they love, and creed or lack thereof. I especially like that this is a place for anyone from birth to death, especially because there aren't many places for such diversity. We have little babies and we have older people. Today is St. John's Spring Service of Music. As today is Mother's Day, we are honoring Mother Earth. This is not a concert. It is a time of reflection on the theme and how the pieces reflect that theme and your experience with this music. I have a fondness for quotes. Here is one about choirs from Martin Luther, a Catholic priest who posted his objections to practices of the Catholic Church and was thereby one of the founders of the Protestant Reformation. He said, "When natural music is heightened and polished by art, there man first beholds and can with great wonder examine to a certain extent, for it cannot be wholly seized or understood, the great and perfect wisdom of God in his marvelous work of music, in which this is most singular and indeed astonishing, that one man sings a simple tune or tenor, as musicians call it, together with which 3 or 4 or 5 voices also sing, which as it were play and skip delightedly around this simple tune or tenor, and wonderfully grace and adorn the said tune with manifold devices and sounds, performing as it were a heavenly dance, so that those who at all understand it and are moved by it must be greatly amazed and believe that there is nothing more extraordinary in the world than such a song adorned with many voices." And Plato said, "Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything." Please listen to our music and let it move you. And now we shall begin with a congregational hymn, 163, "For the Earth Forever Turning."
Please your eyes and body or spirit.
And now please join us in the affirmation by Bill Schultz, a previous president of the UUA. This is the mission of our faith, to teach the fragile art of hospitality, to revere both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to witness to all that we must hold the whole world in our hands. Now, this is the time in our service for joys and concerns. It's not loud enough. Okay, don't have his voice. This is the time for joys and concerns, where if you would like, you can come up and place a stone in our, and make a mosaic for this Sunday of a joy or concern. If you have a joy or concern that you would like spoken, please leave a card here and we will announce it from the pulpit.
don't know.
There are no cards here. Are there any from, on the internet? I can't
We
get
have
here.
none. No, there are none.
Okay. So I put one more stone for those joys and concerns that remain unspoken in your hearts.
I guess it's me now. And a whole lot of other people. Welcome, and thank you for coming today and celebrating Mother's Day, celebrating Mother Earth, and celebrating what a wonderful, beautiful day. And the hard work that the choir has put in, and that all the other musicians you're going to see today have put in. To begin, the first piece is actually a lovely gift to my mother, though if I say this, she might not make it through the song, but she probably won't make it through the song anyway. But I had asked her to come and play the violin, because she's played the violin for one of the pieces that we're doing today, and then it kind of morphed into maybe one of my sisters has sometimes sung with us, and then it turned into this, well, we could all come down and we could sing a song. And I went, fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and invite that crew up to come up and sing, and then I'll do the reading, and then it'll lead right into that. So just so you know a little background, we have my parents, who are, they'll probably be pretty clear in the group, Vaughn and Carolyn Thacker. And I think someone just asked, is it a requirement to sing if you join the family? We do have, and Tamara says yes. So we do have, in-laws and children and two of my sisters, and yeah, so it's quite a group that was willing to come down. What we're going to do is sing a little medley of some Mother's Day and Mother Earth pieces. To begin with, though, a reading. For the beauty of the earth. For the beauty of the earth, this spinning blue-green ball, yes, Gaia, mother of everything, we walk gently across your back to come together again in this place, to remember how we can live, to remember who we are, to create how we will be. Gaia, our home, the lap in which we live, welcome us.
Come, kindred, lift your voices high.
I could invite the choir up, please. Come on up. How about now? How about now? Yes, it's on. I'll just speak loudly anyway. Here we go. Please join me in a congregational reading. There we go. The music of the spheres. Its rhythms are the equal, repeated seasons, the beating of the heart. The cycles of stars and corn. Rhythms of moon and tide, one single rhythm in planets, atoms, sea. Melody, accord, arpeggios, the harp of the universe, unity behind apparent multiplicity. The choir is now going to sing two pieces. The first is called Voices of Earth by Stephen Chapman. I found it in our archives, pulled it out, and often the choir is like, we had no idea that this existed. And that's actually fantastic. There's so much music up there. The Rainforest song, which we're going to sing after that, was very enthusiastically recommended by Meg Hartman. And they both speak to the music all around us, the voices and music of nature. And that is the music, and the hope is that we may listen. Voices of Earth and the Rainforest song. and a very different feel, the rainforest song.
On the ground level, turtles and leopards and snakes live in the shelter the rainforest makes. The please join me in number 478, A Prayer of Sorrow. Wait a minute, I'm ahead. It's the offertory. Well, never mind. So now is the time for the offertory. I can skip ahead and not know where we are in the service. This is a time where we pass the plate to support the mission of this church and our giving to the world.
The next two pieces that the choir is going to be singing, they're two poems set to music. They both talk about things that nature and the world around us can bring. And I'm going to talk about them in opposite order. So I'm going to talk about Great Trees, which is what we're singing second, and then, I'm talking about To Be Sung on the Water, which we're singing second, and then Great Trees, which we're singing first. So anyway. To Be Sung on the Water, the second piece that we'll be singing in this set, is a poem by Louise Bogan. And it's a bit cryptic, and Kathy Rentz really dug into it and found an interpretation that I wanted to share. To Be Sung on the Water is a more complicated poem, more complicated than it at first appears. It begins with an abstraction, delight, and recognizes that delight must be elusive and transitory. For delight, when pursued, rests on preconceptions of how things should be, and thus cannot always match experience. In the second stanza of the poem, however, Bogan describes the scene into which delight, as an abstract goal, has faded. Beautiful, pass and be, less than the sound of its blade. Dipping the stream once more, this last detail is paradoxically delightful, but by this time we have forgotten all about the abstraction, absorbed with the fine particulars of the occasion itself. The simple quiet motion of the oar blade, the implication of peaceful repetition, and the scene upon the water that the imagination draws from a few details are perfectly satisfying. The perfection of the moment, no matter what other goals we have, no matter how mundane our lives are, how long or short, these perfect moments are the essence of living. They bring us sudden fulfillment, making time simply irrelevant. And yet, far from the ecstatic, they are filled with peace and the quiet of the water on which our vows were made. The first piece that we'll be singing is called Great Trees, and it's a poem by Wendell Berry, and it's fairly self-explanatory as to read the words. What a wonderful expression of the towering life forms all around us and what we gain from them. But this morning, I had a slightly different thought and a slightly different take about the people around us who are often towering influences in our lives, or at least are there and have some sort of shade they provide, service they provide. And I just had a moment of reflection because this piece was suggested by Judy Strong. And as many of you know, Judy and Paul are moving soon to Colorado to be with kids and grandkids, which is fantastic. Congratulations. But like great trees that provide us so much around us, often we don't realize or fully appreciate all that was given until they aren't there anymore. And so Judy and Paul have been great trees in the choir and in this congregation, providing love, shade, and quiet strength. And they will be dearly missed, but we wish them the best on their next adventure. And thank you for singing with us today. Great trees and to be sung on the water. These people, some of you recognize, my mother was up here once already. Elijah, you've seen play several times. These other two young people here in the middle are related to someone in the choir, Raquel. So thank you so very much for coming, all of you. Let's tune for a second, and then we'll do the reading. Everybody good? Let's tune. Please join us in a congregational prayer. Oh, that's me. I'm supposed to say the first word, sorry. A prayer of sorrow. We have forgotten who we are. We have alienated ourselves from the unfolding of the cosmos.
We have become estranged from the movements of the earth. We have turned our backs on the cycles of life.
We have sought only our own security. We have exploited simply for our own ends. We have distorted our knowledge. We have abused our power.
And now the land is barren, and the waters are poisoned, and the air is polluted.
Now the forests are dying, and the creatures are disappearing, and the humans are despairing.
We ask forgiveness. We ask for the gift of remembering. We ask for the strength to change.
This next piece, it's called Tundra. I don't remember how I found it. It came up in I'm listening to choir music, and suddenly this came up, and I was like, this is lovely. And I played it for the choir, and they said, yes, let's do it. And about halfway through, we all went, this is crazy, but yes, let's do it. It's a very fun, it's a very challenging piece. But it is about, in this case, the far north, one of the expanses that regularly we talk about disappearing in the current climate change. The frozen expanses that are so beautiful but so vulnerable to the changes happening in the world. May we be better stewards of the earth. Tundra. Well done, choir. Thank you. That was lovely. At least I thought so. A lot of hard work, a lot of hard work. Please now rise and embody your spirit as we sing 1052, The Oneness of Everything. Please join me in a reading number 550, We Belong to the Earth. This we know, the earth does not belong to us, we belong to the earth.
This we know, all things are connected by the blood which unites one family.
All things are connected.
Whatever befalls the earth, befalls the sons and daughters of the earth.
We did not weave the web of life, we are merely a strand in it.
Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves.
The final piece was suggested by several members of the choir, but first and most strongly by Dave Rentz. So thank you, Dave. I love the knowledge that the choir has of what's up there. They're like, oh, there's this one piece. Let's do that one. It's fantastic. And so thank you so very much, and also for just as confidently suggesting that it be the final piece of the program today. The music brings the earth and us together, and how the changes of the earth affect us as human beings. This last piece, Requiem, by Eliza Gilkitson, she wrote it after the devastating Asian tsunami of 2004, as an invocation to compassion and as a song of prayer and comfort. I invite you into that space, one of compassion, prayer, and hopefully comfort to those in need of comfort. Requiem. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for all the hard work. This was definitely collective work. Stephen. I also want to acknowledge Damon Stevens, who started us on this journey earlier. So thank you, Damon. And then the wonderful work of the choir. It was a lot of hard work, but a lot of fun. So thank you.
And now, continuing the work of the church, we have things happening in May. First off, Cliff wants me to remind you that Jeff Flanagan, our caretaker, will be on medical leave for a while. So Rich Overturf and Cliff Schlisser are organizing volunteers to clean the church until a temporary replacement can be hired. So look on your announcements, and they will be at the church Tuesday and Friday 9 to noon. If anyone can help, please see them. Now, in chronological order, the newcomer picnic comes up next on May 18th. Everyone welcome. You know, old timers can meet new timers, can meet in-between timers. Then, on the 19th, there's lots of things happening. It's flower communion, bring a flower, or if you don't have a flower, just bring yourself and be bright and cheery. It's the last partner soup and bread luncheon, also on the 19th. And after service, there's going to be an input session for our budget to be voted, to be revised and taken in this is the time for you to have your questions and your input and everything, and then the budget will be approved June 2nd at our annual congregation meeting. And on the back of the announcements, Reverend Frank Carpenter's health is declining, and they would appreciate cards, and the address is there. And Melissa, did you want to come forward?
Hello, I'm Melissa Rowland. I'm president of the board at the moment. I have something very exciting to tell you. There's very good news and good reason to celebrate today. A little recap. Reverend Jennifer Grayson joined us on our faith journey last August with the loving support of her wife, Jennifer Grayson, and their adorable daughter, Edie. 10 years ago this month, Reverend Jennifer Grayson received her ordination in Topeka, Kansas. In the past decade, Rev. Jen has served congregations in Danville, Indiana, DeKalb, Illinois, Clark Lake, Michigan, McHenry, Illinois, and now Cincinnati, Ohio. Reverend Jen has pursued a specialization as a UU interim minister, devoting her career to serving congregations in transition, helping them to prepare for future healthy ministry, and she's been recognized for her leadership skills within the UU Ministers Association by appointment to leadership roles within the Transitional Ministers chapter. I'm happy to announce that in addition to her 10th anniversary of ministry, Reverend Grayson has received accredited interim ministry status this month as well. It is the highest accreditation for transitional ministers in our UU tradition. Congratulations. We have been blessed with her skills in transitional ministry, pastoral care, and leadership since she joined us last August, and we are grateful that she agrees to continue to stay with us for another 2 years. Let's celebrate with Rev. Jen these major milestones in her life in our most St. John's way. Cake after service in Crawlpfeifer.
And lastly, there was an auction yesterday, and lots of people came. There are things if you walk into Crawlpfeifer on the right, there are things to be picked up by folks. But if you go back further on the right, there are things that are still for sale. Do you want to say anything more, anyone? Joetta? There she is. She's hiding. I was looking at the back for you.
Thank you all so much for coming to the auction from the 1900s. It was a technological adventure, but despite our blast to the past of the dark ages before digital things, we managed to net $9,053.
And returning to the Reverend Jen stuff, there is a card in Kroll Pfeiffer for everyone to sign. And I believe that is all the announcements, unless someone else has. I talked about you first, Cliff. Cliff wants volunteers for taking Jeff's place. We need the new Jeffs. All right. I already talked, but you can come talk. Begin and end with care of the church.
Rich, can you come up also? Where's Rich? Oh, he's working in there? He's coming. You've heard the part of the news about Jeff being on medical leave for 2 months or more.
Cliff's here.
2 months or more, Jeff will be on medical leave. I'm Cliff Schisler. I'm in charge of property. Rich Oberturf is temporarily in charge of the kitchen on Sunday mornings. So we have 2 problems we'd like to talk about briefly today. First, Rich.
On Sundays, it's a working day for Jeff. He comes in around 9 and usually leaves around 1 or 1:30. And he opens up and turns on all the lights and turns on the AC or the heat if needed. And we're still finding out what else what else he does. But also he gets the coffee hour ready, all the coffee, tea, cookies, everything, sets it all out. And then he cleans up afterwards with help from some of us at the church. So I'm going to be doing that probably for the next couple weeks and on after that some, but I will need somebody else to do that as well, or offer or help to do it. And I won't be here every Sunday. So I'm still sort of getting together all that needs to be done. And there'll be, not in this e-news, but probably in a couple weeks in the e-news, there'll be more information and a request for volunteers. Thank you.
It's easy.
The second part is that there's a way that we can save the church $4,000. We need volunteers to help with that. Rich and I will be here on Tuesday and Friday mornings from 9 to 12. We need volunteers to do all those things that Jeff typically does. Again, that can save us $4,000 if we don't have to hire professional cleaners to come in. If you think you can do some of this or all of this, not every week necessarily, please talk to me after church. Thanks.
To close, please rise in body or spirit. We'll sing just the first verse of Blue Boat Home.
I've been
Earth Mother, Star Mother, you who are called by 1,000 names, may all remember we are cells in your body and dance together. You are the grain and the loaf that sustains us each day. And as you are patient with our struggles to learn, so shall we be patient with ourselves and each other. We are radiant light and sacred dark, the balance. We are the embrace that heartens and the freedom beyond fear. Within you we are born, we grow, live and die. You bring us around the circle to rebirth. Within us you dance forever. Thank you. Stay for cake.